Well, this is why you don't take your Elantra out in the snow, because we're stuck. Luckily, I have the cold steel Spetsnaz shovel that I keep in my car. Yeah, this snow here, it chops right through it pretty good. So this stuff's pretty hard. I was gonna pull up here and park, and snow is just too deep. So I didn't make it too far in. I'm gonna keep digging myself out. I'll get back with you guys. Okay, this definitely isn't going as planned as today. Or this isn't going very well. Welcome back, comrades, and glad to have you guys back. And we are at the Secret Pine Forest today. And this video almost turned into of how to get out of the snow in a gray Hyundai with the Spetsnaz shovel by Cold Steel. But luckily, we got out, or I'm blessed that we got out. I mean to say, I really believe in luck. But with that said, yeah, close call. So yeah, we're at the Secret Pine Forest, and I brought my snowshoes, but I actually don't really need them. The trail's kind of already been broken. I probably had snowmobiles out here. Got about a foot of snow over here, it looks like. But why are we out here? We are out here because hopefully next weekend, God willing, we're gonna do an overnighter using what I have on right now, which is my cold weather survival rig. And that's kind of what we're doing today. We're out practicing in it, but we're also getting some wood cut up for this particular overnighter. Because if you watch my cold weather rig video, I'll put a link up the screen if you haven't seen it. I talked about my kit and why I made it the way I made it, and the shelter system that goes with it. So the type of shelter system I have with this requires firewood, and lots of it. So to make life a little easier for me when I do the overnighter, I'm gonna have the wood cut up. And and then we'll do the rest of the overnighter together. So yeah, we're gonna come out here today, cut wood, talk, hang out, maybe have some coffee, who knows. So I'll see you at the campsite. Tell you what, guys, this kit here is tough as nails. I really like everything about this. It's comfortable, and this is the LC2 Y harness and pistol belt strap here, but yeah, everything about this kit is awesome. And you know, we got to be making a summer survival rig as well, so that'll be in the future, but let's just stay in the winter for now, because we have like, this is like the last month of winter for where I live. Sometimes you still have it in March, but so right now I just want to get in as much video time as I can, time willing, this winter. And if we are able to do this overnight next weekend, if not, we'll do it some other time, but we'll be prepared. But there probably won't be any snow on the ground, but we'll see. So next step is go cut firewood. What I'm trying to do right now is I want to find a dead standing tree. That's my goal. But I came across this right here, and of course you got the Silky. And if you guys haven't noticed, I've been wearing these gloves here. These are actually my work gloves. These are cold snap, $5 for a pair of them at Family Dollar. I stopped wearing mechanics gloves because the fact is they're way overpriced. You're talking $24.99 a pair, and if they get wet, they're soaked. These things can still get pretty wet and not get soaked. I mean, they'll get wet, but you have like this rubber on the inside. For $5, I mean, yeah, they're not camo. That's what I really like, but these are much better mechanics gloves. So I'm pretty much done wearing mechanics gloves. I still have a few pair, I'll wear them, but for winter time, man, I will tell you what, guys, check out Cold Snap. And no, I'm not selling for Cold Snap. I literally just bought these like over a month ago, and I wear them every day for work, and they're still going strong. And I wear them out here, so $5. Here I got an eastern red cedar, so this is a pretty big tree here. I can get a lot of wood off this. Oh, but here's Snowmobile. Get you guys off here. Oh, they're out. Yeah, there they go. Well, they're having fun too. All right, guys, I'm gonna get this cut up, and I'm gonna try to find a fallen or a dead standing tree and cut that down, and we'll go from there. Okay. There's the tree I've been cutting off. I'm gonna stop about halfway because eastern red cedar is just full of limbs. So basically, what I'm doing is I'm just gonna stand the bigger logs up on trees. I have these sets here, and somewhere over there where I cut the other ones, there's sets. Campsite's right over there. So basically what I'm doing is just getting the big ones cut right now. I got all the small ones cut here. That'll be to get our fire started, and all these big logs from there on out. And I'll tell you what kind of fire we're gonna do here in a minute. But basically I'm not gonna take the logs back to the campsite because I don't want to be using them. So they're gonna be spread out around my campsite. So all I have to do is just collect them. Well, I'm still on the lookout for pine, a dead standing pine, but you think in a 7,200 acres of a forest I'd be able to find one, but I'm not. So I got this oak tree right here. It's not too tall. It's probably about 20, 30 feet tall, so we'll use that for now. And we'll just keep looking. Okay guys, I'm still on the hunt for a dead standing pine. I need a break, so let's take a break, guys. Okay, we're gonna have some oatmeal. And of course got the BCB cooker here, the Fire Dragon. I got these military matches here, and it says these matches are designed especially for damp climates, but they will not light when wet or after long exposure of several weeks to very damp air. I thought these matches were supposed to be horrible matches. There we go. I thought they didn't work in damp weather is what I thought. Guess that's what I get for thinking, huh? That's a no-go. These aspect cubes take a little while to get lit. I wanted to just talk to you guys for a minute while we're taking a little break here. Let me take one more bite of this oatmeal. It's so good. I honestly haven't had anything to eat today. I just had my coffee. So I should have ate before I did all this, but that's all right. I wanted to talk to you just for a few minutes here, just a minute or two, but about the Silky Big Boy. Especially the Outback Edition, and why I prefer this over a medium-sized or smaller saw. With this saw here, you can do everything a small saw can do, or even a medium-sized saw. However, if you have a small or medium-sized saw, you can't do what this saw can do. You can only do medium-sized work or small work with a small saw. But this one, being a extra large, XL, you can do large work with it, and you can do small work with it. So from my experience in the last, starting to get back into wilderness stuff, and from my experience the last 3 years, I started out with a little Ozark Trails folding saw, and it worked great for what it was. And then I tried a Bako Laplander for a little bit, and then I went to the Silky F180. Silky F180, when I started cutting wood with that, 'cause I heard other people talking about it, Lars from Survival Russia is probably one of the main guys that brought the Silkies to YouTube, and that's where I first heard of it. That's what prompted me to get one. I could not believe how much better that saw cut than the Baco and the Ozark Trails, and even a bow saw at that. The Savin saw is another one that I was using. It's a nice saw. It's another kind of like a bow saw, but it's a triangle shape. And when I got the Silky, I was like, wow. I mean, it literally cut like butter. But with that said, I did break the tip on it because I was still learning on how to use it. It takes skill on how to use Silky saws and using them because they're a professional saw. So it wasn't my fault. The blades are thinner. It cuts better. Since then, I haven't broke one yet. So, but with that said, I believe it's better to carry a large saw versus carrying a small saw, because you can do what a small saw can do, a medium saw, and this being a large saw, you can do that. But the small saw, you can't do what this thing can do. So you can do both with this when you can only do one thing with the small saws. So that's why you need to carry a big boy or just a larger saw in general. Now, with that said, the Savin saw, which is that triangle shaped one, which is real handy to have. It slides in your pack real nice. However, my experience with that saw is that when you cut on it, once you get your cut going, that's where your cut's gonna go. And the blade likes to flex left or right, so your cut's gonna not be really, it's not gonna be a really good clean cut, and you can only go so deep with it. But with these, you can cut some pretty darn big logs. Now, I will say, you're not gonna cut a huge tree down with this big boy. Yes, when you're gonna need the Katana Boy or the other large ones that Silky makes. However, you can cut a good sized pine tree down with it like that. No problem. It's soft wood, but the harder the wood, the harder it's gonna be cut with any kind of saw. And pine's what you're looking for. But with that said, I'm done. I'm gonna finish eating this oatmeal, and we're gonna look around just a little bit longer, and then if I can't find any more, I got quite a bit cut up already. When we come back for overnight, we'll just cut some more up. But I'm gonna try one more time and look around. So I'm getting kind of tired. Got snowmobiles going by. Oh, they didn't even see me. Now I'm just sitting here wide open. Well, over there I was just looking at those are pines, and that's perfect what I need. That's really long, get a lot of wood off that. The problem is they're all leaned up against those tall trees. I'm not gonna be able to get that down. I mean, that's just, every time I cut it, it's gonna wedge and jam. It's gonna keep dropping and dropping. That's just too much work. So just gotta keep looking around. I did find this little tree there. I get 2 logs out of that, so we'll cut that for now, and we'll just we'll keep looking. Okay, I got one more we're gonna cut, and I think we're gonna be done for the day. It's a pine. It's not real tall. It's chopped off there, and the rest of it's hanging right here. So I got the rest of this. I'm just gonna get this cut up and store it somewhere. Like I said, I got everything spread around out here. I don't want to spread too many spots out because I won't remember where everything's at. And we're gonna get out of here, and I'll see you guys on the trail. Okay guys, we are heading out of the forest. I got about half of what I want to get cut up. I mean, yeah, I wanted to get more cut up, but that didn't work out. And I think the biggest problem is that, you know, we're at the Secret Pine Forest, but the whole forest, some of the forest is all pine. The section we're in, which is this section here, you got pine out there, but you got a lot of oak and Easter red cedar and hackleberry, and just a lot of harder woods, and just having a lot of trouble trying to find pine dead standing that I can easily cut up. So that's all right. We got about half done. So when we come back out and do the survival overnighter with my survival cold weather gear rig, we'll cut a bunch more up. So I at least got a dent put in it. So with that said, I wanted to tell you that I'm starting to realize with this cold weather survival rig that I have set up, the way I have the shelter system set up is it requires firewood, and it requires firewood to burn all night. And that's why I came out today to get firewood collected, because we're not actually doing a real survival situation. So to make life easier, I came out here to cut wood up. But what I'm realizing is that if this was a real survival situation, the way that I have this rig set up is that you would need to start, if you knew and realized you're in a survival situation, and you would need to real fast get your shelter set up and ready to go, and you need to start collecting firewood early. So like, say if it was like 10 in the morning, you realize that you're in a survival situation, I think the first thing you would need to do with this type of kit that I have set up is start collecting firewood. Get all the firewood you can, because you know, around winter time, dark sets around 4 or 5 o'clock, at least where I'm at Central Time in the Northern Hemisphere. So you would need to get your firewood set up fast, and that's how this kit would work with you if you were using it. So I'm realizing that now. Now, beyond that, the next morning you could prepare and be ready to go and start moving out, depending on what type of survival situation you're in. But you would always have in the back of your mind that you need to stop quite a bit earlier to get your shelter set up and your firewood set up, because that's the way this kit works for your shelter. It requires at least 9 hours of burning firewood. So we'll talk more about that when we do the overnighter. With that said, guys, it's been a lot of fun. Been quite a bit of work, but been fun. We'll see you in the next adventure, which should hopefully be the overnighter next weekend. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And thank you to all my new subs, and thank you for tagging along with me. All right, guys, God bless you. I'll see you soon. Take care.